GEM class is going to present New Education Policy 2020, an insight. My dear students, the National Education Policy was framed in 1986 and it was modified in 1992. More than 3 decades have passed since the policy was made, and lot of significant changes have been made according to our country, society, economy and the world at large. Education sector needs to be geared up and towards the demand of the 21st century. Very important is quality, innovation, and these are called the pillars of the new education policy. And we want to make our country a knowledgeable hub and superpower in knowledge. The draft of NEP was based on the foundation pillars of affordability, accessibility, equity, and accountability. These are very, very important pillars. May I repeat again? Access, affordability, equity, quality, and accountability. So, my dear students, now you are going to take an insight of this India's National Education Policy 2020. First of all, Harshita Yadav is going to enlighten us with a vision of the policy, that is New Education Policy 2020.
Good morning, ma'am. On 29th of July 2020, the Union Cabinet of India introduced the New Education Policy 2020, proposing sweeping changes in schools and higher education. Union Ministers for Information and Broadcasting (INB), Prakash Javadekar, and Human Resource Development (HRD), and Ramesh Pokhriyal made the announcement on the NEP 2020. Vision. Recently, the National Education Policy 2020 was announced by the Ministry of Human Resource Development, soon to be called the Ministry of Education. The policy is aimed at transforming the Indian education system to meet the needs of the 21st century. The new policy seeks rectification of poor literacy and numeracy outcomes associated with primary schools, reduction in dropout levels in middle and secondary schools, and adoption of the multidisciplinary approach in the higher education system. Apart from this policy also focuses on early childhood care, restructuring of the curriculum and pedagogy, reforming assessments and exams, and investing in teacher training and broad-basing their appraisal. Though the NEP 2020 seeks to bring a holistic change in the education system of India, its success depends on the will and in way in which it will be implemented. Pedagogical structure. Pedagogy, most commonly understood as the approach to teaching, refers to the theory and practice of learning, and how this process influences and is influenced by the social, political, and psychological development of learners. Pedagogy is often described as the act of teaching. The pedagogy adopted by teachers shapes their actions, judgments, and other teaching strategies by taking into consideration theories of learning, understandings of students and their needs, and the background and interests of individual students. The new pedagogical structure and curricular structure of school education, 5+3+3+4, 3 years in Anganwadi preschool and 12 years in school. Foundational stage, multi-level play activity-based learning. Preparatory stage, 3 years. play, discovery, and activity-based interactive classroom learning. Middle stage, 3 years. Experiential learning in the sciences, mathematics, art, social sciences, and humanities. Secondary stage, 4 years. Multidisciplinary study, greater critical thinking, flexibility, and student choice of subjects. Transforming the curricular and pedagogical structure. The existing academic structure included 10 years in the middle stages for the ages 6 to 16 years, and 2 years for the age group of 16 to 18, whereas the new academic structure includes 3 years in the Anganwadi, 2 years in the first and second grade for the ages 6 to 8, 3 years in the standards 3rd to 5th for the age group 8 to 11 years, 3 years in the classes 6 to 8 for the age group 11 to 14 years, and 4 years for classes 9 to 12 for the age group 14 to 18 years.
Now, Harshita has very well explained the pedagogical and vision of the new education policy. So, Harshita, tell me, according to you, is it this system which will be implemented, the pedagogical? So, what's your views on that?
Ma'am, what I believe is that the new structure is much more beneficial than the earlier structure, because this structure divides the age group according to the development of the thinking of the students. Like it is divided into the primary, the middle, and the secondary stages. It helps the student to grasp knowledge according to their age group, and it is not just divided into a single group. They are divided into subgroups so that they can absorb the best of the knowledge according to their age group.
Yes, well done. So, the next panelist in the session is Rishima, and she will explain early childhood care and education.
Good morning, ma'am. ECCE stands for Early Childhood Care and Education. Now, we might not be knowing that 85% of our brain development occurs at the first 6 years of life, which means that during the 6 years, we should get a caring environment, equitable environment, and we should try to learn all the basics. So that's why ECCE is a really important and integral part of the human development, and it is necessary for the readiness of formal education. Now, if ECCE is that important, what is the present scenario of ECCE? Now, the present scenario faces a lot of challenges, among which the most faced challenge is the untrained staff. Other than that, a large proportion of children are not receiving developmentally appropriate education. Children fail to acquire the basic skills in foundational literacy and numeracy. Present setup of Anganwadis is deficient in the supplies and infrastructure. Inappropriate learning methods, high teacher-pupil ratio, and untrained staff are other common challenges. So, after knowing how much important ECCE is and what is its present scenario, we obviously know that ECCE needs improvement. So the National Education Policy 2020 is focusing on improving it. So instead, in this new policy, these are the points which are covered. NCERT is to develop integrated curricula for the small children. Government is going to provide preschool education free for all children. The Anganwadi system will be expanded and strengthened. Preparatory class Bal Vatika for children below the age of 5 with an ECCE qualified teacher will be introduced. Trained ECCE educators will be there for the primary classes, and teacher will focus on play-based and discovery-based learning, advocate behavior and emotional development, developing curiosity. These are the aims. Now, this is going to be achieved by 2025. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. So, you have very well explained the early childhood care. So, earlier the childhood care was not there. So, there was a need. Rishima.
Yes, ma'am.
So
Actually, we didn't took the classes like kindergarten or nursery, LKG, UKG, we didn't take it seriously. But these are the most, like 85%, which is a majority of our brain development took take place during that time. So it is important to focus on this time to indulge in education and basic knowledge.
Yes, very good. So early childhood care is very important. Just as a plant, if it is cared, nurtured very well, it grows very well, isn't it? So is our children. That is the future of a country. And if they are nurtured in the schools, taken special care, although the care was taken, but actually it was not given that focus, isn't it? So right from the beginning, all growing age period should also be given importance and strengthened, so that from preschool only the students' foundation becomes strong. So very well expressed. Well done, Rishi. Now, Ronak and Simran are going to explain about the curriculum.
Good morning, ma'am. In the new curriculum, there is a reduction as to introduce the practical learning. Curriculum in all subjects to be reduced to its core essentials, which are mostly needed. Focus on the critical thinking, inquiry, discovery, discussion, and analyzed-based teaching and learning methods for holistic education for the all-round development of the students. Interactive teaching with reduced dependency on textbook learning. Questions from students will be promoted so as to develop their critical thinking. Experiential learning, fun, creative, and collaborative activities in classroom for deeper and student learning.
So the activity which today you are doing, okay, you took the initiative that ma'am we are going to present new education policy insight. So that is one of the critical thinking, improving your experiential learning, and it's a collaborative because all the class has joined together and presenting it.
Yes, ma'am, it develops the teamwork in every student, how to work with the team. Now, the changing in the learning processes, experiential learning will be promoted. In that, there will be focus on experiential inquiry and discovery-based teaching and learning methods. And there will be equal weightage given to curricular and co-curricular areas. And there will be a freedom of choosing a variety of subject combinations. Promotion of peer tutoring. Promotion of peer tutoring as voluntary and joyful activity under the supervision of teachers will be promoted. There will be 10 bagless days in the year to promote the vocational education.
Yes.
Textbook with local content and flavor. All textbooks to contain only essential core material while capturing any desired nuances and supplementary material as per the local context and needs. Because we need to know our local surroundings more important. A portable, high quality and energized textbooks to be provided along with free digital version on Diksha platform. States to prepare their own curricula and textbooks based on NCERT curriculum and textbooks, incorporating state flavor and material as needed. Concerted efforts through suitable changes in curriculum and pedagogy to significantly reduce the weight of school bags and textbooks.
Good morning, ma'am.
Yes, good morning.
Now I would be explaining board exams and school exams. Exams will be held only for 3 levels, classes 3, 5 and 8. Assessment will be sift through a formative style which encourages higher order thinking skills, critical thinking and conceptual clarity. Board exams to continue, but these will be designed for holistic development. A new National Assessment Center, PARAK, Performance Assessment, Review and Analysis of Knowledge for Holistic Development, will be established. Board exams will have less stakes. All students will be allowed to take board exams on up to 2 occasions during any given school year one main examination, and one for improvement if desired. Now, holistic report cards. Progress card will include self-assessment, peer assessment, and teacher assessment. States and UTs to redesign progress cards in schools to make them holistic, 360-degree and multidimensional report. AL, that is artificial intelligence based software to be developed to help track growth through school years and to help students make optimal career choices. Progress in project-based and inquiry-based learning, quizzes, role play, group work, portfolios, etc. to be included in report cards. The holistic progress card will actively involve parents in their children's education and development. Integrating vocational education. Practice-based curriculum, that is, a practice-based curriculum for grades 6 to 8 to be appropriately designed, beginning with vocational exposure at an early age in middle and secondary school. Quality vocational education will be integrated smoothly into higher education. Lok Vidya, that is, knowledge developed in India, will be made accessible to students. Multilingualism. Medium of instruction up till grade 5 and preferably till grade 8 and beyond will be home language, mother tongue or local language. The languages of India, a fun project activity on to be taken by every student. 3 languages to be taught will be decided by state UTs. All classical languages will be widely available in school as optional.
So very well, Simran and Rona Gaur, they have explained very well about the curriculum, vocational and different type of schemes that is being introduced for the students for their holistic development. Now, Ishika Goel will highlight on schools.
Good morning, ma'am. I'd like to talk about school complexes and clusters. Bal Bhavan. Strengthening, setting up Bal Bhavan for children of all age group to take part in art-related, career-related and other activities. Samajik Chetna Kendras. Unutilized capacity of schools to be used as Samajik Chetna Kendra to promote social, intellectual and voluntary activities. Efficiency, efficient expedition and resourcing for schools through building school complexes, planning, development of short-term and long-term plans, sharing resources, enable sharing of human and infrastructural resources. Now I'll talk about standard setting and accreditation, setting up State School Standards Authority SSA, self-disclosure of all the basic regulatory information of all schools at SSA and school website to ensure all schools follow certain minimal professional and quality standards. Integration. Better integration of education across all levels through connected schools and shared teachers and resources. Pairing schools, twinning, pairing of one government school with one private school across the country. Governance. Effective governance of schools. Thank you, ma'am.
After Ishika, very well, you explained very well the topic. And now, goals and implementation by Jagrati.
Good morning, ma'am. I'm now previously talked by all the friends and classmates of mine, and I'm going to tell today the goals of those National Education Policy 2020.
Yeah.
Ma'am, it is to inculcate critical thinking outside narrow disciplinary boundaries. It is to permit the seamless transfer of knowledge to skill, of fresh chances to gain knowledge and renew skills. Holistic, multidisciplinary education at higher level is sought to be grounded in thoroughly rampant schooling.
Yeah,
However, the policy would appear to seek to achieve the greater centralization than a diverse country like India can afford to militate against the profit education with its defined vision of education as a public service that excludes viable private investment. And its implementation. We all know that implementation takes many measures from the starting. Like we have to synchronize all the multiple bodies through which they can go in a systematic manner. So the implementations of NEP are the NEP only provides a broad direction and is not mandatory to follow. Since education is a concurrent subject, both the central and the state governments can make laws on it. The reforms proposed can only be implemented collaboratively by central and states. This will not happen immediately. The incumbent government has set a target of 2040 to implement the entire policy. Sufficient funding is also crucial. The 1968 NEP was hamstrung by a shortage of funds.
Now you explained geography, you explained very well the goals and the implementation part, because very important is implementation.
Yes,
You can
ma'am.
formulate a good policy, but until unless the center and the state governments join together, because this is education comes under concurrent list, so both can formulate laws. This is only the guideline, and the state government and the center government both have to join hands to make good policy. Now,
ma'am.
other key focus areas which are being left, so Shreya Tripathi is going to highlight on that.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning.
An autonomous body, the National Education Technology Forum, NETF, will be created to provide a platform for the free exchange of ideas on the use of technology to enhance learning, assessment, planning, and administration. National Assessment Center Parak has been created to access to the students. It also paves the way for foreign universities to set up campuses in India. It emphasizes setting up of gender inclusion fund, special education zones for disadvantaged regions and groups. National Institute for Pali, Persian and Prakrit, Indian language of translation and interpretation to be set up. It also aims to increase the public investment in the education sector to reach 6% of the GDP at the earliest. Currently, in India spends around 4.6% of its total GDP on education, promoting adult education and lifelong learning by taking innovative initiatives with the help of community participation and technology integration. Supporting children with special needs, CWSN. Regular schooling. Children with special needs will be integrated in the regular schooling process from elementary to higher education levels. Modules NIOS will develop high quality modules to be teach to in Indian Sign Language. Alternative forms of schools will be encouraged to preserve the alternative pedagogical style. Certificate courses for pre-service and in-service teachers to become special educators. Now, online and digital education, inclusion and access. Enhance educational access to disadvantaged groups, including Divyang students. Content creation, digital repository and dissemination. Technology integration in teaching, learning and assessment. Blended learning, emphasis on effective models of blended learning. Expansion of platforms and of existing e-learning platforms, Diksha, Swayam, etc.
So thanks a lot.
Thank you.
And it is really wonderful presentation by all the students. I am very delighted that all have worked very hard. So simply they have not taken the concept or the matter from the education policy draft, but they have really worked hard to understand it, and that was the aim. So we can have a quick review So all the students, they can tell that what was their experience and what they have learned from this new education policy 2020. So we can move from this Harshita.
Yes, ma'am.
That what's your learning outcome?
Ma'am, basically what I learned was that the new education policy is much more improvised than the earlier ones, and it focuses on the next gen education of the students.
Yes. Well
Much
done.
more practical based than the theory based.
Yes. Yes, Ishika. Yes, beta Ishika.
Yes, ma'am.
So what's your learning outcome of this panel discussion?
Ma'am, that new education policy will be helpful for all the children of all age groups.
Yes, well done. Yes, Rishima.
Ma'am, when I was preparing for my topic, I realized how important it is for the small children to learn and to play and to discover what's happening around them. Before that, I didn't really thought that the classes like kindergarten or nursery, these are so important. But after preparing for my topic and presenting it, I realized that the children up to the 6 years should receive really good attention and should be provided with good environment.
Yes, well done. Yes, beta Ronak.
Yes, ma'am, from the new education policy, a very good outcome has come out that the holistic development should take place. And the previous model told us about the rote learning and how we had to only theory based learning was there, but now it is based on the practical learning experiences and the holistic development of a child.
Yes, well done. Yeah. Yes, Shreya Tripathi.
Yes, ma'am. The new education policy is beneficial to all age groups as well as to children with special needs too, and more emphasis is given on practical learning and overall development of a child since their childhood or since when they'll join the school. So it is very much beneficial and very good.
Yes. What about Simran?
Yes, ma'am. The new education policy is basically practical based rather than rote learning, as Ronak already said. And the best thing about the new education policy is that we can select subject of our choice like physics, football, science. But before it was like we have to study the subjects which we don't have interest in that, like chemistry or something subjects. But now we are provided with the options to select any subjects like the subjects of our choice. And also from grade 6 only we are provided with artificial intelligence learning, which is very important and essential in today's world. Like it is
Yeah. So it is an integrated, isn't it? Integrated courses are given more importance. Earlier they were only in colleges. Now they have been started in schools. Although in some schools they were following, we are also following integrated to some extent, like in a school. Okay, like economics is being given in the economics, psychology are being given in the science section too. Okay, but it is very limited. Now it will be open to all the children. Okay, so they can choose according to their own choice, interest and career. Yes, Jagati beta.
Ma'am, from this national education policy, I have learned that the draft national education policy will play a critical role in transformation of Indian education system, as I can expect that it can help India in its demographic dividend.
Yeah. Very good, well done. So overall, all the panelists, Jagrati, Harshita, Ishika, Rishima, Ronak, Shreya and Simran, all have very well explained all the topics which they prepared very well. and they understood, and that is the outcome of our panel discussion on new education policy. So well done, keep it up.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thanks a lot to all of you.
Thank you, ma'am.